Hello everyone and welcome back. It's Creative Redundancy back again, which is also known as CR, and anyone out there can call me CR, especially if you see me on some chat or whatever, you can call me CR. Now in this video, it's gonna be a live creation mode. So yeah, I'll be creating stuff from stuff that's just around, next to me, near me, or something like that. You know, some of the stuff many may consider as, junk, useless, or trash. Well, let's see if I can convert it into something more useful. Because one of the things about, in terms of, everyone knows about recycling, for example, but in terms of the 4 R's, which go by reduce, reuse, recycle, and then recover, well, let's just say reuse is supposed to be, you should be trying to reuse stuff before recycling it. And of course, try to reduce waste as much as you can, so you don't have to reuse it because it doesn't exist or it's not in front of you. Alright, so let's roll in my intro. What's up, everyone? Thank you for tuning in and taking the time to tune into my live stream or watch it when, well, once it's been processed. Let me load up the chat here, see what's going on. Welcome to everyone. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. You know, if you just want to drop in and say hi, that's cool. I mean, I appreciate that. Just like how I appreciate everyone that drops by, checks out my content. So it's live creation mode. Let's see. Let's see what I could do. Hey Nathaniel, what's up, man? Thanks for dropping in. Peace, live long and prosper. So let's see what I can do randomly. I got some stuff that's lingering around. It's kind of in a useless state, so let's see what I can do and see if I can bring it back into a useful state. You know, and hopefully potentially reuse this whatever. Hey, it's Jennifer. Hello, welcome. Thank you for dropping by. So let's see what we have here today. I have a Sharpie right here. Let me grab a piece of paper. No, wait, this one right here. So I got a piece of paper. As you can see, let's see. It doesn't work. Sharpie part's not working. Now this Sharpie has a fine point on the other side. Let's see. It's not really working. So pretty much this Sharpie's been dried out. So let's see. And the lid, maybe I can reuse that for, you know, for a different pen or something like that, or a different marker or something like that. So I'll hold on to that. Let's see. I guess it's time to go get the creator's best arsenal of tools, the multi-tool. Hold on a second. So, since I'm gonna get a Gerber multi-tool here, not even sure what I'm doing it, just winging it. I'm gonna snap this off, as you can see, or try to. It's dry, so there should not be, well, ink shouldn't fly all over the place. Alright, I got that out. Let's see here. See what I can do. Alright, so I got, you know, the ink cartridge out. So in theory, I could put this back on, make this into a tube for something, store something in there. You know, maybe put this in a common area or whatever, put the lid back on, all the lids back on, maybe hide some money in there or something like that. You know, something like that could work. No one would know. Unless they tried, you know, tried writing with it. So I'll put that back on. Put the lid back on. Hopefully I can find a better lid here. Of course, now I can't find the lid. But yeah. You know, I'll remove some of these if I wanted to. Maybe, like I said, put money in here, just hide it. Maybe something like use it as a container to store matches. Oof, you guys are writing so much, I gotta see what you guys are talking about. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Let me just read what Jennifer's writing here. What if the cap is why? What if the cap is why it's dried out? Haha. So you keep it to reuse it and dry out another marker. No, actually this has been sitting in my drawer, like where I keep my markers for a while, so I've had it for a while, so it must have dried out. So I mean, like, I could keep the lid for, you know, air Sharpies, maybe use it as a lid for a different marker, different pen, I don't know. Oh, thanks, Jen. Yeah, Nathaniel, I've heard about that before. I'm not sure. Yes, don't sniff markers. I know it's fibers. No, I'm not gonna try it inside right now, but you know, I'll try this later and see. Maybe it does work. So I'll put it to the side for now. Put this Sharpie to the side for now. See what you guys are talking about. Pens. I have a video lined up about reusing pens. You can make something very, very special and useful out of a pen that you may not have seen before. Because as far as I know, I've never seen it before. On some of the other channels, I've seen other ways of creating one, but I've never seen it created with a pen. It's not a big deal if you feel like you're irrelevant in the conversation. Just some more input, you know. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Because I was going through a bunch of pens, you know, just checking on them, just seeing if they work or whatever. Because there's no point in having grab, you know, everyone always hates to grab that pen when they gotta write something down and it's not working. So, you know, to avoid that, I check the pens, see how good they are. You know, if some of the pens are not so great, you know, maybe I'll try to use them up first. So just let's see what we got here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here's another thing. More of a permanent type of marker. Maybe it's a smelly marker, for example. Not this line, but let's just see here. Does it right? It's sort of right. Not really. So let's see what I can do with it. You know, just oops. Of course I dropped the marker. Kind of going through the process of understanding how things work, you know, you could discover something different, so a different use for something that's broken or not useful anymore. So this marker has minimal amount of ink, barely any in comparison. Like, this is what it looks like right here, and this is how it should look. Well, it doesn't look like that anymore. So let's see what I can do. Grab the multi-tool. Let's see what I can do. Now, I've done this before with different ones, so I know this right here, the lid can pop out. You just gotta pop it out. So let's see here. Grab one of my bunch of multi-tools that I have here. Grab one on my belt here. Come on. Oops, this one slide up. So I'm gonna grab an awl here. So this is an awl. Basically, an awl is basically, you know, a pointy type of tool used for making holes, before sewing, maybe punch through like leather, thin pieces of metal, like a can, for example. So, like this can right here, if you want to make something like a stove, a hobo stove, or something like that. Or maybe it's, you know, some cardboard or whatever, and you're trying to make something for your kids or whatever. So let's see what I can do here. Let's see if I can pop this out without breaking it. Although, it doesn't really matter if I break it now. See if I, oh, I almost got it. Come on, come on, come on. I can't pop it out. And don't even say anything in the side chat, because I just said that. Alright. Alright, I got the lid off, which means I should be able to push it out. Let's see here. Oh, a little bit of ink. So I'm gonna grab a piece of paper to grab this. So, like Nathaniel said, they say, he says, and I've seen it before, where people lit these on fire because there's alcohol in there or whatever. So let's see. But I'm not gonna try that right now because I'm inside and I'm not lighting anything on fire inside because that would be bad. So I guess I can use this as kind of another tube, put something inside. Again, maybe store money inside, hide money inside. Store matches. Now, if this was not black, let's say it's yellow, red, orange, or pink, I can use this in conjunction with a flashlight, especially if a flashlight fits inside, and use it as a diffuser, which I actually have that already, which I'll go get right now. So I've shown this before on my keychain. See, this is using exactly what I just did, but the marker is a different color. And because it's yellow, and I have my string light inside of it right now, it's my keys. So basically now, I could do something like that with that one if it was in black. Unfortunately it's black, so it's not going to be able to diffuse the color or let the light shine through it. If you guys haven't checked out this video, it's pretty cool. I'll try to end screen or put it in the description down below. Now this little part right here, you can see right here where I had to pry. I could probably take, let's see, like let's say I put something inside or whatever. I probably could heat this corner up, seal it back, so it doesn't look so obvious. The tip part right here, I can grab my multi-tool, try to pull that out, try to pull this little piece, tip out. Of course now the tip doesn't want to come out. I might have to use some sort of nail or something so I can poke it through the other side, so it'll be like, shoop. So I'll keep this in mind. I'll probably cartridge. I'll probably try out, see does it catch a spark or an open flame. See if it works. I mean, I've seen it, but I haven't tried it. And of course, I'm not gonna try it inside. Currently, that would be a bad idea. Oh, you mean there? No. That black spot on the ceiling. There's just a pin with a pardon me. There's just a pin with a glow in the dark star. That's what you're seeing on the ceiling. So let's see, what else do I have when you're around that I can try stuff with? Experiment. I kind of like to go through this, and people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm trying to understand this, learn about it, I'm not gonna disassemble something that's working, but, when people are like, oh, it's not working, or something like that, I'll be like, ooh, can I see it for a second? And just play around with it, because I don't mind disassembling something that's broken. Like, I don't have to worry about putting it back together and making sure it works. It's already kinda not working. I can have some fun with it. Maybe pick up an idea, try something, experimentation. You know, that's why I go through the creation process, to experiment, try out something, maybe discover something. I mean, sometimes it happens and I'll be like, oh, light bulb moment, epiphany. So let's see, what else do I have here? A couple more markers. Let's try not to drop everything. A couple more markers. Try out this. Oops. Oops. Sorry about that. Stupid sensor. I keep forgetting it times out on me. Ever since I got this new power bar. It's got a sensor on it, so it's tied in, and yeah, I forgot about it. Oops, my bad. Oh, hey, it's Home Runner. Hey, what's up, man? Live long and prosper. So, anyways, let's see this Sharpie right here. Let's see, does it work? It sort of works. So, you know, I won't destroy it yet. So I'll put it to the side. Put it as you know, sort of works, but not really. I guess since I'm talking about markers, I might as well check out some more markers here. Let's see here. Here's one of those scented markers. Still smells. Oh yeah, still works. Not done destroyed yet. No point, right? So that's still good. Let's see here. One of those dry eraser markers that, you know, that they use in school and stuff like that on whiteboards. Yep, still works. It's red. So, not done destroyed yet. No point. Alright, here's another whiteboard marker. Yeah, it still works, so not gonna do anything yet with it. Alright, I'll bring out another one. Yeah, it still works, so guess I'm not gonna do anything with it yet. Some more markers, highlighters. Let's just check them out. Highlighter works. Let's try out this blue one. Yeah, still works. So can't do anything with them yet because they're still in a useful state. So until they're dried up, you know, these I won't do anything with, like the first two that I shown. But you know, clearly it can work with this or that. Oh, more markers. Oh, okay. Alright, see, now this does not work. Nope. So let's see what I can do with something like this. Let's see here. You know what? I'm gonna grab a little bit of sandpaper, sand off the writing real quicker. So I'm just sanding off the writing here, making it more unique, more generic, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so I got most of the writing off. Let's see, what can I do with this? Now the lid right here, now this is orange, clearly. So this orange lid right here could be used as an improvised type of diffuser with like a flashlight. So especially if I can fit a flashlight in there. So I'll put that to the side. Let's see if I can open this up here. Grab my multi-tool. Oh yeah, that was easy. So I got it out. So now you can see it's hollow. So again, I could put stuff inside, matches, maybe money, stash this away somewhere where no one would ever notice. You know, if it's sitting on your desk or whatever, no one would ever know that there's money inside unless they actually, you know, try and open it and try to write with it too. Let's see here. Put that back on. Like, if you want to take something like this and put matches inside, you probably want the matches waterproofed. You probably want the container to be waterproof. So let's see here. What can I do with this? Well, let's just pretend I just put some matches inside. Let's go grab the multi-tool. See if I can get this tip off here. Grab my grab my awl here. See if I can punch that out. Come on. Of course, my awl's too short. Can't get it all the way in to punch it out. So let's see if I can. Alright, there we go. So I got it out, as you can see. Let's see what I can. So now I can put this back in, and let's say if I seal the top, let's try something here. Where did I put it? Oh, there it is. So I'm gonna put the lid back on. Grab my multi-tool, and similar to making like, for example, a fire straw, where basically you use a straw to contain something, such as tinder for a fire, matches. There probably could be other things. So put that on. I'm gonna heat this up real quick. This edge, this tip, just not heat it up. Moving it back and forth. Seal the top here. So as you can see, I've sealed it. So now I can pull this apart, just checking to see if there's any holes in there. So now I can put, you know, matches or whatever inside. Put the lid back on. Hopefully I can get this lid back on. Oh yeah. Oh, see, it's too wide right here, so I have to even that out a little here. Grab a lighter real quick. Push it in a little bit more so I can get the cap back on. Alright, let's try that. Alright. So basically now I have some sort of more waterproof container. It's gonna be especially rainproof now. You know, if I wanted to, I could put some hot glue around here, maybe some tape, electrical tape or something like that. So for example, grabbing this piece of tape, put it around it, just kind of help it seal it a little bit more. Now I don't know for sure if this is totally waterproof until I submerge it underwater for, you know, not only minutes but like 5-10 minutes and see. So let's see here. The lid's not perfectly on, but yeah, the lid's not perfectly on yet, so I'll grab the later again, heat it back up a little bit more. Yeah, try to get it as a nice shape here. Alright, let's see. Let's try this again. The lid's not getting staying on, but I think I can improve on it a little bit more. I think if I went down more on it, it'd be easier, and I'm gonna make it flat at the top. Or right here anyways. Just reading you guys' chat on the side chat right now. Let's see. Well, in theory, yes, Jen. A big enough marker, you could put a tampon in. Like an Obi-Wan tampon would probably fit in this. Right? So, you know, you could just have it around. No one knows the wiser, but you know what it is. You know, you could just be like, doo doo doo, right? Exactly, right? If you're female and you just carry this into the washroom, no one's gonna say anything. No one's gonna wonder, right? It's just a marker. But you know what's hidden inside, the magic inside. Yeah, okay, Nathaniel. I'm not even gonna repeat what he said. Yeah, let's get off that topic for a little bit. So, now I'm gonna put this with some of the other containers that I have that I've been trying to reuse. Well, now another thing this could be used for is to store, let's say, glow sticks, chem lights, especially if it fits inside. It's more rigid, so if you put a chem light or a glow stick inside, you know, it's gonna be harder to accidentally break. And even if it did break inside, you would see it. So I'll put this to the side. Just give me a second. Let's see, what else do I have here? More markers. This pink one's works. So I'll keep that. Let's see what else do we got here. Pens. More markers. Yeah, that they still work, so I'll hold on to them. Alright, well, I guess I've gone through the markers. Tried to reuse as much as I can. The other ones are still working, and the ones that are not working, I've kind of disassembled. And hopefully I'll be able to make use of them somewhere down the road. So I'll put them away right here. Put my all away. Put this marker away. Let's see, what else do we got laying around that I can disassemble? Oh. Since Jen's still in here, I've shown this before, so it's not gonna be a live creation, but let's just say I've taken lip gloss and I made it into, well, I eventually will make it into something. So I know Jen probably knows what this is. Now I actually found this randomly in a parking lot, and I'm like, you know, let's see what I can do with it. I've done some ideas before. Now right here you can see there's a rubber band. It's just so when I twist it on, it's that rubber band's gonna be underneath, so hopefully it'll act like as a barrier to the water, for example. Oh, you mean this? Yeah, yeah. I've been considering what I can contain inside of it. You know, just trying stuff out, hatches and stuff like that. See, can I get a lot in there in comparison to something else I can use? I mean, yes, I could put matches in here, for example, but you know, there might be air containers or air ways of doing it that are still better. Because remember, even though I put matches in here, yeah, they might stay dry, but you know, something like this might be too bulky, for example. But I'll put this aside. Let's see, what else do we have here? Wow. I guess I'll bring a tin out. No endorsement from Excel, just coincidence. It's an Excel case. One of these things. Here's a lighter right here, about the same size as a lighter. So let's pull my tether off my lighter here. Now, clearly, a tin like this could store a lot of different things. You know, I mean, nope, it doesn't fit this lighter. It'll probably fit a mini bag. Now, I've tried these before, in similar containers. These do not hold liquid, so you cannot boil water in them. You cannot even use them as a candle because the wax would just drip out from the bottom. Could be used to make char cloth, I guess. Since it lets water out, well, it's not gonna let the smoke out. So, because I actually was considering on making a hot candle with one of these, but it's not gonna work. But of course, you know, I can, for anyone else, you know, you could store pills inside of it, maybe like put a piece of cardboard or whatever down the center and use it as to split the area in half so you have more compartments. So let's say you did something like that, you might be able to put salt on one side, put pepper on the other side, maybe seal the bottom so there's no way air can get in or water can get in. And as long as you can put the lid back on, you know, you can make this into something like a salt and pepper holder, for example. You know, you can grind down the tin, you know, so it's more, well, generic. maybe with like some sandpaper or whatever, like I just did real quick here. But I'll do this later with power tools just because it's faster. Oh. Oh, look who it is. It's Jordy. I think for once I'm pronouncing it right. Unlike the last time. So, if I'm not pronouncing it right again, I'll be like, oh, not again. So, yes. Anyways, welcome, man. Thanks for dropping by. Now, he's been with me for a while. He's with me on some of the other social networks and stuff like that. How's it going, man? Yeah, I'm just randomly creating. Just going through some stuff. Such as markers, for example. If they're not working, you know, instead of tossing them right away, I'm seeing if I can reuse them, which clearly I have been. Reusing some of them, making containers at maybe the store or something. Like I've been saying, stashing money inside, putting them, you know, back on in the cup. You know, no one's gonna know that you have money stashed inside of a pen or a marker until they try to use it. They just think, oh, it's dead. Finally, great. So let's see, what else do I have here? Actually, hold on a second. Let me just go get a bag so I can, this miscellaneous kind of stuff, I can put it somewhere. I figure I might as well reuse this Amazon, you know, a gift came inside, you know, mail came inside of this. So I reuse this. Figure I might as well. So let's see. This, probably no use. This is the ink cartridge. It's bright. Maybe it'll take a spark, maybe it'll burn. But besides just fire or a very small signaling thing, I'm not sure. You know, like, oh, yeah, okay. So it is fibrous. You can see right there, it is fibrous. So maybe it could take a spark. So actually, I'll hold on to this and try that later. When I'm outside, I'll cut it down the center, split it open, shower it with some sparks, and see how it goes. Because I've seen videos on it, but I've never tried it on my own. So, and they don't say how long it lasts for. So, I mean, you know, anything to burn, but you know, if this goes for like 3 or 4 minutes, I'll be laughing. Just having a sip of coffee here. Creation mode's always better with coffee. Oh yeah, GP. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's always that packaging that comes from Amazon, eBay, and stuff like that. From the bubble wrap to, you know, this kind of stuff. FedEx, you know, all those companies. You know, I tried to reuse them. Maybe put garbage inside the bags. Maybe try to use the bubble wrap if I can. You know, or squeeze the bubble wrap and have some fun with it at least. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're so right, Jen. Some of the packaging, you know, it's like, look at this itty bitty glass thing that's covered with like 10 feet of packaging just to keep it safe, right? A lot of the times the packaging is used to keep the product safe because they don't want it delivered or in the store damaged, right? Like I try to get packaging stuff that's packaged with just cardboard, but it's hard. Plastic is everywhere. Well, I don't mind some of these pocket air things that Amazon has. I don't mind that because, you know, it still protects it, but you're not using so much plastic per se. Exactly, exactly. I mean, it's one thing for a company to promote their own thing, but you know, if you're just sending a gift, trading with someone, I mean, they don't care. You know, if you send me something, you know, I don't care if it came in on eBay box, Amazon package. You know, I care what's inside, not on the outside. Just give me a sec here, guys. Just checking up on some messages real quick. All right. All right. Let's see. What else do we got here? I got some more stuff laying around here. Cardboard, sandpaper. Hmm. And if anyone's wondering why I'm doing this kind of live, it's because I'm also cleaning up. So it helps, you know, me clean up too. So I'll try this later. Put it with my fire stuff. Try it later. See how it goes. See if it's any worth it to even try it. You know, see it for myself. Maybe one day if I had to rely on it or use it, I'll know because I've already tried it out. I'll be like, oh yeah, yeah, I can just split my Sharpie in half and, you know, drive some sparks in it and get a fire going, you know. Or, oh, it's no good because it's only gonna go for like a minute or two, and the flame's not that big, or whatever. Well, you guys are now moderators for my channel. Because anyone that's a moderator for me has to be, well, active, or try to be active. So let's see, what else do we have here? Oh. There's one thing I guess I'll show off here real quick. I've sort of shown this before in a different video, but like pretty much coffee. And I'm not gonna show this all because you don't need to see brand names or anything like that, but you'll get the idea. Like coffee grounds or coffee beans come in them. Like there's a lot of it. Now, this is just an example. Now usually there's a kind of wire twisty type of tie on it. Now, some of them have shiny ones. And I was just thinking, I'm like, you know, if they're not too heavy, maybe use it as a marker or whatever. I can twist this around a branch, you know, a, uh, a stick, or, you know, part of the tree, and dangle it, and use it as kind of a, yeah, you can see, it's kind of a marker for camp. Maybe, you know, if you were lost or whatever, I could use this as, sorry, just reading a quick message that's popping up on my screen. So yeah, I could probably use this as a marker or something like that. Let's see. Excuse me. Maybe if I had some cordage or whatever, you know, like a spool of black cordage, for example, I can put it around one end of it so it stands out, so it's harder. So it still stands out, but if I gotta be more hidden, I could just take it off. So at least then, for example, if it's like paracord or whatever, it'll stand out. So something like this might be useful. Usually, like I said, these come from like coffee bean type of bags or ground bags like this. Now, I have tried this before. This does not, even though it's shiny, you think, oh, it's metal. Well, actually, maybe or maybe not, but I've tried this. It does not conduct electricity. So I've attempted this before, like I said, with a USB device, just plugging in a fan and just seeing if it would conduct electricity, you know, and having this as the medium. No, it does not conduct electricity, so you cannot use this as for like EMP protection or a Faraday cage. This stuff won't work. It doesn't conduct electricity like foil tape does. But this can be used for other stuff, like, you know, sealing something, protecting it from rain. Maybe you're out on a boat for the day or whatever, you know, and you know, you could seal like a survival kit, some sort of emergency supplies in it, seal it up, put it inside, maybe, you know, double back on it, seal it again, you know, have a little air pocket so it floats, you know, put that in your pocket so even if you go overboard, you know, you gotta head to shore, you got something dry survival items inside, like matches, lighter, for example. I'm just reading what you guys are talking about real quick. Yeah, GP, I'm not gonna get into that. Into the YouTube part right now. It's Krish mode. Oh, hey, thanks, Nathaniel. I've actually shown that in, well, some of the stuff I might have showed in different videos. I'm just bringing it back up for, you know, anyone new that's watching right now, or people that are newer to my channel. I have a lot of back library of videos, so there's ideas in there, and sometimes I have an idea from the past, and I discover something in the future, like right now, and be like, oh hey, I can use that idea from XYZ time to help me in right now with it, whatever it is. No, I don't have an example, but you get what I mean. Oh yeah, yeah, Jen, a first aid kit? I mean, pretty much this kind of wrapper kind of stuff can be used for a lot of different stuff. Now, these coffee beans or coffee ground ones are a little bit thicker. Now, they're not transparent, so you can't see through them, but like if you wanted to, you can invert it out because it's shiny on the inside. Invert it out, so let's say back to the bold example again. If you did that, you can have the shiny side out, so it stands out. Air pocket, so it floats. So you know you get tipped overboard or whatever. You know the contents will stay dry. You know maybe it's, I don't know, something that you need to keep dry. I don't know, cell phone. I don't know. Maybe you don't have, or something like that. I mean, I've seen on my, as an example, I've seen this one time when I was on vacation with a group of people, someone actually did slip overboard. Now we were lucky; we were very close to shore, but we all kind of, let's say, it was a female. She fell overboard. She lost her glasses. Now she was lucky she had a backup pair at the hotel. Her husband just dived right in, right? I mean, like, the rest of us were all on shore, creating this big line, holding hands side by side, and, trying to help them come to shore, right? And stuff like that. Um, I took the guy's shirt and I'm like trying to rig it out for him, helping him out. Like, we were like, it's a warm environment in the 20s, so hypothermia wasn't an issue, but, let's just say they had to go back to the hotel for the day. So, just a little side story. Hey, it's Rob. What's up, Rob? How's it going, man? Live long and prosper? Oh, yeah, yep. You can add a label too if you want to. Or at least try to. Oh, that's cool, Jen. This is just one of those DIY options. Now, something like this, like I said, it's gonna be more permanent, but, you know, but of course, because it's DIY and cheap, I wouldn't hesitate if I had to open it, especially if I need items on the inside, because I know I can just reseal it, when I get back, get back to civilization, get back home. So let's see, what else do we have here that's going around? I literally have stuff going around. Oh, since I was talking about the coffee bean grounds or bean bags, so here's a strip right here. As you can see, it's very, very shiny. I could use this as, it's lightweight. It's not as long as trail marking tape, but I can probably use it similar to trail marking tape. And I have done this once. Now, I don't have an example nearby, but let's just say I have braided a coffee bean bag before, once. It's not ideal, but I was just trying it out just to see. If you have enough of it, it can work. But yeah, kind of like trail marking tape. So I'll put that to the side. see. Yes, I do grind my own beans most of the time. I mean, sometimes I get, well, well, pre-grinded grounds already. Now I guess since I'm talking about coffee beans and coffee grounds, they can be compost. Now, what I like to do is heat them up, so like they're spent already. So they've already been brewed. Usually, most people would throw them away. You can compost them and try to recover it. But you can also kind of reuse it, but not in terms of drinking. Because I've tried this out and I've shown that video before. But with coffee, because they've been, how do you say, what's the word I'm looking for? Heated up or cooked or used already. They've already been exposed to heat. Well, when I found out that they can actually hold back quite a bit of heat before starting to burn again, because they've already been roasted. Now I've shown that to use it as insulation of sorts for like a rocket stove. So, I know you can get something like perlite, for example, but perlite you gotta buy. Well, these coffee beans, well, I already got it around. And I've tried this out with a torch and with solar. For something that's black, you think it would go up, like that, but it doesn't. It takes, at least a few seconds. So it doesn't naturally burn right away. Now, because it's also black, I've also, taken some, that I've already done the coffee out of, my coffee that I'm having for today. Let's say it's like icy out, for example, walkways, driveway, or something like that. I've heated them up, like either with usually not fire, but you could, or you could use it in the sun to heat them up in the sun. But I usually just do a quick minute in the microwave, for example, heat them up so they're steaming again, and apply that along the ice. It'll kind of melt into the ice, add traction, and it's biodegradable, safer than salt. It'll melt in compared to like sand, and because coffee grounds are dark in color, brown, almost black light, when sunlight hits it, if it's still there, like if this was coffee grounds and ice is sitting on top, like you'll have a little bit of traction. Because the sunlight hits it, because it's black, it'll heat up more, so it'll keep kind of melting it, for lack of a better word. Yeah, GP, I got something right here, I'll just show right here. Of course, I can't see it. Yeah, I must have it in. Oh, sorry, GP. I thought I had it, but it must be in It must be in one of my bags already. But I've taken one, and I've inverted it so it's shiny outside, and a quick label with tape or whatever, right? Quickly heat it up so it's sealed to it, and I pretty much put fire starters in there. So it's completely waterproof until I open it. And I don't mind if I gotta use it all, I gotta use it all. Because in theory, I can just open it up just a little, dump out a little, maybe use the heat of like a coal or the fire itself to kind of seal it back together. Maybe use like this stick right here and kind of make sandwich it in between, heat it up, kind of like improvise wooden pliers or clips, and just heat it up, seal it back up, and well, it's sealed again. Now this clip idea, I got it from a different YouTube channel. So I don't take any credit for that one. So let's see, what else is there? So coffee beans, coffee grounds, coffee bags. Oh, pens. Markers. Like I said earlier, I have a different video lined up about pens, so you'll have to stay tuned for that one. So I'm not going to go into great detail about it because it's a little bit different, so I want to show that as a separate video. So stay tuned for that. And let's see, what else do we have here? Now, the example of this next idea is, well, right behind me, but it's within something that I don't feel like getting it out right now. Or if I do, it will be in a little bit, but, well, I'm not gonna show the brand name, but you guys know that this is a glue stick. Now, glue sticks are very common. Now, one thing that tends to happen is they dry out. Now, so, like, this one still works. Now, this is one I actually found randomly. Yeah, I randomly found this. Who knows, maybe some kid dropped their glue stick. I don't know why. I don't know who drops a glue stick in the middle of the winter when it probably should be in your bag, but, you know, probably slipped out, or, you know, the pocket wasn't closed and it just slipped out. Now, one thing you can do is, well, after you get the glue stick out, you know, you used it all or it's dried out, get that part out, pry the bottom, right? Pry the bottom so it comes out, and similar to any of these kind of ideas you can do with chapstick, you can do with a glue stick too. It's the same thing, just a bigger version of it. So, like, people store things or money, or for example, in a chapstick type of container, which actually I'm gonna go grab right here because I got a bunch of them. So here's a glue stick. Here's a chapstick one. I just have something inside right now. There's just some duct tape around it for right now. So pretty much anything you can do with this, you can do with a glue stick too. There's pretty much no difference. It has the same type of spiral thing to push it up. So, you know, the spiral thing that pushes it up, or to twist to pull it down. Alright, you just remove that. The center channel becomes hollow. You snip that off. Like after you pry this open. Well, this is the bottom, so you would pry this off. And then there's that little spiral, kind of like a screw. You snip that off. Put the lid back on. Try to seal it in some way. Now, here's a tip for anyone that wants to seal the bottom of these. Now, yeah, you can use hot glue, epoxy, tape it up. right? But what I like to do, because it doesn't rely on using additional resources like tape or glues, is take a permanent marker. I'll just use this, but this one's not working. So basically what you would do is along the seam right here where the bottom of the cap meets the base of the glue stick or chapstick, depending on what you're using, draw a black line. So there's a black line right, let's see, so there's a black line right there. Go around it, then using some sort of magnification lens, magnifying glass, you can use sunlight to actually melt the plastic together, so it's actually sealed with by melting it together versus using glues or tapes or anything like that, and it'll work. That's what I did with this one right here. The bottom is sealed by melting the plastic together. Of course, you know, if you want to add more, you know, you can still add tape or whatever. So that's an idea with glue sticks or with chapsticks. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool, GP. You know, I mean, these are things that are readily available. I mean, chapstick, glue stick, eventually they go out. Eventually use it. So, but they can make a good container for certain things. I mean, I don't know, sky's the limit. It's a container, right? So put whatever you want. But a glue stick, like in this size, for example, I'll be able to put, you know, a full size later inside, for example. You know, seal the bottom, maybe you still have the top, put some tape around, the electrical tape around the top, you know, it'll be decent. And a lot of these glue sticks are like white or orange in color, so they stand out. I mean, in theory, you probably could use them as a diffuser too, for a flashlight, especially if your flashlight fits inside, for example. So let's see, what else do we have here? I gotta make sure I put this stuff back before I forget. Actually, hold on a sec, I'm just gonna go get that glue stick that I have that I'll show as an example. If I can get it out. It's in my survival staff right now. I'm using it as kind of a container so I can put it inside. Now I just gotta get it out, of course. Oh yeah, where is it? I guess this multi-tool will come in handy right now. Well, they always say to check your gear and stuff, so I guess another sobering reminder that I probably should redo this so I can actually use it if I need to, because I might not have a multi-tool of pliers with me. Jeez. Of course, now it's stuck. Go figure. Wow, that'd be a cool idea, Alex. Make a musical instrument. course, nothing ever works when you're on live. Oh, great. I should have planned this better, because now I can't get it out. Well, good thing I'm checking out my gear, because honestly it's not working the way I want it to. Alright. Well, I guess it's a sobering reminder to check your gear, because clearly I cannot get this out right now. So, I guess I'll have to make version 2 or 3 of this. Back to the drawing board. Because clearly this is not working. Just give me a sec. Alright. All I had to do was just kind of re-screw it into there, so I should get it out. Alright. Alright, guys. I got it now. 5 minutes later. Alright. As you can see here, from the one that I showed earlier, this is the one I have inside. Sealed with tape. I'll just open it up real quick, because I don't mind, because it looks like I gotta go through that kit anyways. Remap it and stuff like that, but basically, you know, inside of here is a fire kit. So, full-size backlighter, matches, and stuff like that, and the striker all fits inside. Put the lid back on. Seal the bottom here. Added some tape. Now I've actually sealed this one slightly different, using what did I use? Oh yeah, I used gum, pine sap, and tape. So pretty much I put the gum in to kind of fill it, put pine sap in to stick to it, and then tape, and then went from there. Alright, thanks for dropping by, Jennifer. It's very, very nice of you to drop by. Thank you. Yeah, YouTube can do that to you. It's worse than jet lag. Now, as a quick kind of introduction to another video I'll do later, let's just say I have my own version of a wick around this right now. That's the only reason why you don't see it, because I'm hiding it. But you'll see that in a different video on how to make that. Very easy, simple, and virtually anyone can do it. And I have a nice name for it too. Alright, let's see what what else do we have here? Well, let's see here, where is it? Oh, here it is. No, oh yeah, here it is. You're still in here, right, GP? I've shown this before. I guess I'll show it again for the hell of it. Now what? this was created using some hook from packaging from a brand name which I won't release, but pretty much it was a metal hook and had some plastic along the top with their brand name and stuff like that, right? Well, I took off the hook, obviously, and where the plastic was, there was 2 holes, right? Now, I sanded it down and reused it to make a striker for like a ferro rod. Now, I've shown this before, so it's thicker than it's thicker than a hacksaw blade, and pretty much I put screws where the holes were, bind it together with a stick, add some cordage for some color, and lanyard, and voila. Kind of a homemade striker. Of course, this would be the bottom end of it. Actually, this part I might actually remake this into something else. Not sure what. Anyone think I can make like a hook from this? I'm not sure if I can make a hook from this. For example, if I drill a hole, you know, sharpen this up, maybe I can make a hook from this. I'm not sure. Might be able to use it as a very small striker. I don't know. So, any ideas? Yeah, but MacGyver has movie physics. I do it in the real world. Because a lot of the stuff that you may seen on it, and even the newer series of it, sometimes I'm just like, I don't think that would happen like that in the real world. Or if it did, it'd be a very rare chance where everything has to line up perfectly. Because a lot of the times they exaggerate it, you know, these explosions, improvised explosives, are not as big as they would be in real life. Instead of getting boom, it's more like boop. Yeah, way beyond that. But yes, I have been known, for this MacGyverism type of thing. I think it's a good skill, if you can call it a skill. Improvising skills, you know. Not specifically this, but I guess I can, bring this out, the Swiss Army, or in this case, the Victorinox knife multi-tool that he's famously known for. Let's just say sometimes it's exaggerated a little. Let's say if you're cutting through something, I don't think it would be that fast. You're cutting through like something that big. I don't think it's like 10 seconds. It's more like a minute at least. So yeah. Let's see, what else can I do here while I'm at it. So let's see what I've done. Made containers, reusing containers, a striker that I remade from earlier, waterproof something, regardless of what it is, good for on the boat or whatever. Or maybe you want to waterproof something very specific. Reusing glue sticks, reusing chapstick containers. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, okay. Here's something I don't really, I see a lot of. People like to use their parachute cord, their paracord, right? Now, eventually it becomes so short that you can't use it for anything else. Like, you can't really tie with it anymore. Now, so, like a length like this. Yeah, you probably could still use this length, but when it's this short, I mean, what do you use it for? I know, or people that like to make like ranger beads or paste beads, for example. Sometimes they remove the inner strands of the paracord, and hopefully they're reusing the inner strands for something. You know, maybe like of course I got it piled up so I can't get it, but you know, you could join them together and put it around a stick or whatever and kind of use it as something in between, like fishing line. You know, it's not, well, it's probably not as thin as braided fishing line, but it doesn't have the memory effect like monofilament type of line would. Let's see. Oh, where's that piece? Oh, yeah, here it is. Now this right here, you could probably make an improvised fly with something like this. Put it around your fishing hook, especially if it's got the inner strands frayed up. You know, make it more colorful and stuff like that. And maybe your fish will get attracted to it just because, you know, it looks more like a bug or something like that. You know, take a marker or a permanent marker and draw some eyes, fray it up a little bit, stuff like that. I've done that a few times. You'll see those in future videos, of course. Now, what I've also heard is that people use it, they melt it, and stick things together and almost kind of like glue, so to speak, and try to stick stuff together. I have not tried that yet in like any type of scale, but you know, because usually I tend to just use glue or tape anyways, but I've never tried it sticking stuff together with just the outer shell of the paracord. GP, what's this say? Okay, let's just say I've learned how to do that. Yes, GP, I've learned how to do that. I know one way of doing it. There is one way of doing it. If you want to actually to create that, you could. It is possible. I know there is a way, because I've tried it before. It'll be in a different video, but not in this video, or in this live stream, but let's just say I kind of figured out how to get strands into paracord. So let's just say I learned how to get things in there. I've done it before already, a couple times already. I have another like 10 feet long version that has an extra inner strand in there, and I did that on my own. So yes, it is possible. Yes, you can fuse them together. So yeah, exactly. So you know, you would heat both ends and well, stick them there, apply a little bit of pressure, and you know, voila, there we go. Because I've seen videos on, like I said, on people saying, oh, I'm using a piece of hollow paracord or the inner strands right here, you know, and they don't kind of say, oh, what about the rest of that? What did you use the inner, you know, you used the outer case, the outer sheath of the paracord. What did you use the inner strands for? I mean, when I have the inner strands, I tend to Let me just go get it here real quick. Just give me 1 sec here. I'm gonna get some of this fishing stuff out. What I like to do with the extra inner strands, for some reason I'm using it, the outer sheath or something or whatever, I'll daisy chain the inner strands and put them around like a spool. So, for example, here, that's all inner strands of paracord. So, now I'm daisy chaining them together right now, just as well, because I am. But basically, I'm trying to see. I'll have to test it because I've never tried using inner strands of paracord for fishing. Because traditionally it's just like fishing line or actual braided fishing line. So I'm gonna give this a try later on, sometime in the future. And I just have it around the spool, which is kind of cool. So. And this came from like a spool of ribbon. So this is just a ribbon spool that I reused. Put the inner strands around. This could be fishing line too if you wanted, or braided fishing line, but I got inner strands of paracord around it. So, I can reel it in, unspool it out, and all this stuff. We're using this maybe for air kits or whatever, as you may see in future videos. I guess I can go for a long time in creation mode. I almost forgot how long I was going for already. 90 minutes, eh? Or 95 minutes already. Dang. Time flies when you're in creation mode. Now, let's see here. Well, since I had headphones on, clearly you guys saw I had headphones on. Now, headphones, that's another thing. I wasn't actually going to do a video on it, but I decided a dedicated video on it, but yeah, you know what, I decided not to. I'll just show it off in this video more, but everyone knows that when you listen to music on headphones, there's a magnet, and it vibrates, and that's how you get the sound, and that's how you hear your boom boom boom, right? Well, headphones break, or they stop working. A lot of the time, they snap or whatever, even expensive ones eventually, or the dog or cat chews them. I've seen that before with my friend. We were over at my friend's place, and I hung up my headphones because I knew they had dogs and cats, right? He left them on the table, his headphones, by the end of the night, by the next morning, chewed up, destroyed. While my headphones are nice and safe because I had my hanging on a hook. But stories aside, so you would crack it open, so you would probably use pliers, crack it open, and then actually I got a pair right here. So as you can see, this is not working, or a lot of the time headphones, one side might stop working for some reason, you can't really per se fix it. So grabbing like your multi-tool here, like you could use an open flame to help you soften it up, but I'm just gonna do this real quick here. So I'm gonna split this headphone here. Right. So as everyone sees, there's wires that connect to it. And there, alright. Here's the magnet right here. If you can release that magnet from, well, I'll put this right here. Well, put this aside. So now there's a magnet right here. Usually there's some sort of plastic or whatever, and that plastic kind of, well, it vibrates and stuff like that, as far as I know, and that's what gives you that sound, or what you interpret as sound in your ear. So grabbing my and all that I have here, just to grab it, that little piece of plastic, and use the all that I have to remove it. Now, some headphones won't allow you to remove the magnet that easily, so results may vary. And you can see right here, that's the kind of copper coil, I believe. So, in theory, you could scrap that, but it's very minimal, so not much in that. As you can see here, there's the headphone. And as you can see, it's a magnet. Now, if you can release that magnet with like an awl or maybe a flathead screwdriver or whatever, you can use that magnet for some other things. So, I'll show you a couple examples of ones that I've already done. You know, just because I have them sticking around and they're attracted to me right now. Just kidding. So these right here are magnets. Neodymium type of magnets. I mean, like, here's right here. Here's, jeez, they're so small. I can't even focus in though. These two right here. I got two in my. Jeez. Okay, I got two right here. They're so, jeez, they're so small. I gotta make sure I don't lose them. These came from headphones. Now, these magnets, because they're quite strong for their size, could be used for different things. Now, these ones right here came from bigger style headphones, so not earbuds, but maybe over the head style headphones and stuff like that, which I've removed. Now, these magnets, especially some of the bigger ones, or if you group them together, you know, for people that like to go to the thrift store or whatever, you know, you're checking, oh, is this steel? It feels kind of light. You know, you check it with magnetism, for example. Or you check to see if it's magnetic somewhere in there on, like, a knife, for example, to see, oh, hey, is this full tang? Where does it, you know, where does the metal end? You know, be like, oh, so it's rat tang, or it's half tang, or whatever. And of course, magnets have lots of uses beyond day to day. You know, you have a pin or whatever, you have a magnet and a pin, you can make an improvised compass. You know, just go one way for like 50 times, float it, and it'll give you a general north-south direction. And you can check it with like the terrain features like the sun, the moon, stars, plant growth, and stuff like that. Sorry, I was thinking right there. That's actually concave. If it was bigger, I probably could use it as solar, but it's so small that I probably won't be able to, even though it's curved right, but it's so small that I probably won't be able to use it for solar because it's not big enough. Because with solar, size does matter. There's probably a certain range that you can't go any smaller. So I'll see if I can remove the magnet later in this. So I'll put this away. Put this other stuff away. Unfortunately, I can't use the rest of it, but I mean, sometimes I find headphones when I'm scouting, and I'll be like, yeah, I'll take them just for the magnets, because I know, you know, I might be able to get the magnets out, and these magnets, they'll keep working. Very useful, you know, beyond just hanging stuff on the fridge or whatever, or stuff like that. I could be, in theory, magnets can be used for a lot of things, but like I can hang reflectors on like a vehicle pulled over to the side for some reason in the winter, stick them on, like I could put reflectors on these, stick them on a vehicle or whatever, so it would be like, you know, they have reflectors, stick them on, now they're stuck there. I can easily move them around, make you know, make certain patterns, so maybe I can make signs like SOS or help or whatever, or the free triangles or a triangle so it stands out a little bit better or something like that. So let's put them back here. Just give me a second. So yeah, I've actually been meaning to show off that video, but you know what, I'll just show it off on this live stream. You know, and stuff like that. A lot of my smaller tins, instead of putting like a needle with a compass in, I just added a magnet with a needle. Because sometimes with those compasses, they can get interfered while it's in the tin because there's so much metal. So in the same space I can put a magnet. I can make a fresh compass anytime I want. I just have to set the time to doing it, and of course I gotta float it. But of course I got a tin, so I can float it in there if I needed to, or something like that. And usually these compasses are about this big. A magnet's about really, really small. And I already need the needle anyways, so that's my reasoning or idea behind that. Jeez. Every single time I'm in creation mode, I always seem to make more of a mess, because I always have things lingering around and stuff like that. So, let's see. Since I've gone through the headphones here, alright, let's see. Since I've removed the ear magnet from one side of the earbuds, I'll take my multi-tool and just snap that. Cut the rest of the cable. Now, the other side of the headphones still work on this, so, you know, I could use them. I can use this as maybe improvise noise canceling of some sort. Probably not quite as effective as like ear plugs, but multi-use. I can listen to my emergency radio still or something like that, and still, if I gotta get a good night's sleep or whatever, because, you know, noises distract me or whatever, I can put them on. So I'll put this one back to the side, because actually the one side of the headphone still works, so I'll put that with a different kit. This kind of wiring or whatever, I use it for as minor miscellaneous type of cordage, stuff like that. You know, maybe use it somewhere down the road. Not to be extremely strong, obviously, but Maybe if I'm getting rid of garbage or whatever and I need an arbor mount in there, I could just use one of these. So I'm reusing it to kind of throw out garbage, but it sure beats, you know, using like a piece of twine or something like that. Something I've already spent money on. So I'll just reserve this for something else. Let's quickly put the arbor on in here. Alright, let's continue on with the creation process now. So let's see what else do we have here. Well, I guess I'll show this off because I've been meaning. I keep forgetting to show this off, so I'll just pop this in front of the camera. Yeah, because I was talking about magnets, so I figure I might as well show off my YouTube magnet. Yes, I have a YouTube magnet. Well, let me find a tin here. Of course. Yeah, here we go. My YouTube magnet. Since I was talking about magnets for a little bit, so basically I just took a YouTube sticker and applied it to a magnet, like one of those fridge magnets, cut it open, cut it around, you know, trim the excess. Then I applied some clear gloss or some sort of coat on it and let that dry, and voila, I got a YouTube magnet. So, just something I made just for fun. I think I made it just for some of the videos or whatever. Just, I don't know. I figure I might as well have a magnetic YouTube sticker. Alright, GP. Thanks for dropping by, Matt. I appreciate it. I know it's your first time, so it's awesome. You gave me lots of more ideas to consider. Thanks for dropping by, man. Peace out. So let's see, where are we here? Oh. So yeah, since I was talking about pens earlier for a little bit, I guess I might as well show this off. I've shown this off before in the tape video that I did on how to store tapes. You know, and tape is useful. Gorilla tape, masking, well, not masking tape per se, but gorilla tape, duct tape, electrical tape, and all these other types of tapes, vinyl tape, and stuff like that. Well, they can also be the tubes of the pens, especially if they're perfectly in a cylinder shape. You cut the ends, put some cordage through it, then you can put your tape around it and have a kind of way to dispense the tape. Now, clearly there's no much tape on here, but you know, I would pull it and be like, you know, it would unravel itself because it's kind of like a wheel and axle, for lack of a better term. So basically, a simple machine that can help me unravel tape. It's one of two methods of storing tape that I generally prefer now. The other one is the layered method, and that's a very easy method. I prefer both. This continuous amount of tape, and the other one, quick, non-continuous amount of tape, but it's very, very thin. So it's easy to fit in a tin, small space, like a container or whatever. And this is for, you know, quicker access, but I might need longer amounts of it for some reason, or undetermined amount. Oof, jeez. Creation mode goes on. Jeez, I'm already at the 2 hour mark almost here. I'll probably stop this about at the 2 hour mark. Because I have to put in the tags and hopefully put end screens to the videos that I want. So instead of going through, and especially since I don't have many people watching right now, since instead of going through another more creation process or a creation out of nowhere and spending another half an hour at it or whatever, I'm probably gonna cut this right about more or less now and kind of finish off what I was, well, you know, sum it up, let's just say. So let's see, I've shown you can really use pens, markers, glue sticks, chapstick, you know, mostly for containers, but you know, or you can hide stuff in there, like money, for example. You know, honestly, you gotta do that on your own risk, and probably you're not gonna slap a $50, a red $50 bill in chapstick. Maybe not. You know. Let's see. Reusing broken headphones, utilizing the magnets inside. You know, reusing metal type of hooks or whatever you might find. So that's what I did with one, and I made a striker for a ferro rod. Let's see, what else? I mean, there's probably more stuff. And of course, the tin that I showed earlier, but, you know, tins are more self-explanatory. Lots of videos on people reusing tins like these. They have their own benefits depending on which ones you use. Some of them are bigger, some of them can hold water, some of them don't hold water. Some of them have hinges, some of them don't have hinges, so, you know, pick the one that works for you, for the application that you want to use it for. I'll probably sand this one down later on again and try to use it for something. Maybe I'll try out that salt and pepper thing, maybe. Or split it in half, put some sort of separator in the middle and try to separate it for some reason. Seal the bottom with, I don't know, hot glue or pine sap or something like that so stuff doesn't leak out or water can't get in. Let me just see here. So I want to say a special thanks to everyone that dropped in on this live stream, including Jordy, GP, Jennifer, Nathaniel, Alex, and, you know, anyone else that dropped by to watch. Thanks for dropping by, I appreciate it. So, I guess that's probably gonna be it here. So, I guess it's time for an outro, right? So, if you enjoyed this live stream, hit me up on a thumbs up, and especially if you enjoyed the creation process of me just doing it. Showing off all this stuff. You know, there's a lot of useful stuff out there. You know, sometimes its current state isn't useful. You know, its current state is useless. You know, it's a dead marker, for example. But with a little time, some tools, you know, multi-tool and all, you know, maybe power tools if you need it, or you need it faster, or it's easier with power tools. You know, you can convert something useless into a useful state again, and use it for, you know, XYZ reasons. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I've reused, and you'll see it more and more. Especially like the magnets, you're gonna see a lot of those. Especially in some of the updated tin videos that I have, some of the smaller survival kits that I have. You know, I have them in there. So, of course, you guys can always check out the back library of videos I currently have, which is increasing by the moment. And there's a lot of back library of videos. You can check out all the playlists I have. Virtually every video I have is in a playlist under a certain term, like water, fire, shelter, signaling. I have a reusing or recycling type of playlist, a playlist of dollar store stuff, a playlist of scavenging finds, a playlist of outdoor activities, and a playlist of dealing with heat, cold, summer, winter, fall, showers, rain. Of course, I got a bunch of solar type of videos under the solar playlist, the fire playlist, the fire starters playlist, of course, the fire starter versus playlist, and a whole bunch of playlists. So there's a lot of content for you guys can check out if you haven't already. So, and again, thanks again for everyone that's been dropping by and supporting the channel, and that's been subbed or has subbed or recently has subbed to me, which is increasing. Thank you. So as the world changes, so must oneself. To reach a new level of skill and knowledge, one must practice. Now a single person can't help everyone in this world, but one person like you, me, or anyone else watching, you can help someone in this world, and it could be someone you know too. So, until the next video from you guys, it's peace out from the guy that's always in creation mode. Yeah, it's peace out from CR, and I'll catch you on the next live stream / video. Peace out.